Looks like Bitcoin is back. The price absolutely moving all over the place, surging. Went to like 35,000 in like a minute, came back down to 33. It's going crazy. Volatility's back in Bitcoin, and all off of the rumors and news of most likely all this ETF stuff going on because it's going to unlock lots of money to flow into the space. We already know that companies like Coinbase are bullish on an ETF coming out. Even JP Morgan was saying one's going to come out within the next few months. And now even more just, I guess, proof, if you want to call it, of an ETF coming has come out. The SEC has been losing and getting kicked around every single corner. They dropped their lawsuit with the Ripple executives and everyone there. They've been said to court they had to redo their grayscale filings for their thing to turn into an ETF. The court said they have to redo that, coming after the SEC there. They just haven't won anything recently. And to make it even worse, you got this person who's the SEC commissioner literally saying that she doesn't understand why there isn't a spot Bitcoin ETF yet.
I can say that generally the agency has not been very good when it comes to anything related to Bitcoin or other crypto assets. And look, I hope that every day I hope that they'll wake up and they'll think, you know what, we need to take a more productive approach. That hasn't happened yet, but I'm of course hoping that it will.
So the SEC is literally getting beaten down everywhere, from outside, from within. They got the courts telling them they're wrong. They got people from within their organization literally saying, maybe we should actually come at this at a more progressive and a better view, because whatever we're doing now, it doesn't make any sense. So they are losing it everywhere they can find it. You can see things like this coming out where the Court of Appeals ordered the SEC to review grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF application. That this comes after they ordered them to do something else with it, saying their ruling didn't make any sense, and Grayscale won the argument with them because Grayscale literally came out and said they're approving futures products for this, but not spot products. Make it make sense. And the court said, you know what? Yeah, you got a good point. SEC, what are you doing? And they lost it there. Now they got to relook at the ETF. And it's just, hopefully something wakes up. I don't think it really matters, right? For the price, sure, it'll pump a lot. And it'll just make getting Bitcoin harder. And if you were stacking Bitcoin all this time and you were stacking sats, DCAing, all of that's going to come to a headwind, come to pay off, because the price has already moved up quite a bit. And if the ETFs actually get approved and come out officially being approved and then start trading, it's just going to get crazy. And this was the news that kind of sparked everything today or recently. And this was BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust has been listed on the DTCC, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. You can see if we look at this, you have their iShares Bitcoin Trust, and it has a ticker IBTC. So that's what's fueling a lot of speculation here that this ETF is getting approved or is very close to getting approved or something's going to happen. And I mean, you don't just put a ticker for no reason, right? You wouldn't get a ticker and all this stuff set up. There's been seeding rounds apparently for different types of stuff. That's what people are talking about. I think Scaramucci said that he was involved in some sort of seeding round for one of these trusts. So it seems like everything's on track moving forward to actually get this ETF thing approved. Seems like the SEC has delayed as much as they possibly could and have actually been beaten down and just have no leg to stand on anymore, which might actually have been a good thing, because you literally couldn't get better timing. If you want the price to absolutely go parabolic, you couldn't get better timing than this right now. Getting stuff approved around now and to get trading pretty much just before the halving comes in. So you'd have these ETF event, the halving event, both of these stacking on top of each other. The price could go absolutely ridiculously insane, and it would just be insane. It'd be crazy to see it happen, and it seems like we're watching it play out in real time if you're paying attention. But are these ETFs, dropping so quickly, realistic? Joe Carl Sari, I don't know how to say his last name, might have butchered that, but he's very smart in the ETF stuff. He's a lawyer, and he's talks about this, saying resharing this yet again for folks who mistakenly believe that the SEC will randomly approve an ETF before the comment period ends. November 8th is the last deadline, and usually comments are reviewed for a while. So even though there's a lot of hopium, a lot of speculation, a lot of hype around this stuff, it could come out, pretty recently. It doesn't have to take a long time, but it also could take a long time, and longer than maybe people are expecting. And I think that we shouldn't be surprised if it does, and shouldn't be disappointed if it does either, because if it does get delayed and you don't get this instant gratification, that does mean you get longer to stack sats at a lower price than obviously watching it rally and having to stack into the rally. You're going to get less Bitcoin for your money. So it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing if this automatically takes a longer time. And to show that Larry Fink is really kind of flipped on this, he used to be, this is the CEO of BlackRock, used to be someone who was super against Bitcoin, and eventually everyone has to come around. And this is in the best interest for his company, his clients, right? Because it's an investment firm. If the clients come up and say, hey, why is this Bitcoin thing doing so good? And why didn't you show me or get me interested in investing in this as it did so good? And they keep saying it's a problem, it's fraud, it's all this. And then a few years later, it performs even better. And then their clients really come and say, what's going on here? I want good returns, and you can't give them to me. So they're kind of forced into putting Bitcoin on here. But either way, they're coming in. And it seems like Larry Fink is kind of labeling Bitcoin as a quality asset.
This rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the all the issues around the Israeli war now, global terrorism. And I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
And something to point out here, just because people are going to say, he said crypto, not Bitcoin, and crypto's the future, and Dogecoin's the best thing in the world. Crypto, when he says it, he was said in an interview before, he's not allowed to talk about Bitcoin and talk on Bitcoin because they have this ETF filing in and they want to do this with the SEC. So he's already said that he's referring, when he says crypto, he's referring to Bitcoin, but he's not allowed to say Bitcoin because of their filings. So that's his like workaround there. So many people who want to pump altcoins and their scam coins are going to say he loves crypto, not Bitcoin. But in reality, he's talking about Bitcoin. He just can't say it for legal reasons because he has his filing there. But it looks like Bitcoin's going crazy. Time for, people are going to pay attention again with the move happening, everything. Everyone's going to pay attention when the price goes up. It's kind of the allure of Bitcoin is its price is like its marketing tool. When the price starts to go up more and more people start to pay attention. ETF's going to be crazy. Whenever that comes out, it will move the price regardless of where the price is. And the halvings coming up, that has an effect on the price of the supply shock. So many things happening that they all are seeming to line up together. And maybe it adds up to a massive candle. People are calling for the God candle to send Bitcoin to ridiculously high prices. But only time will tell, and we will see what happens with it all. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video.